Everybody always memes about how One Piece gets good around episode 567 or some absurdly high number like that. But what if I told you that that's simply not true? For the record, I think One Piece is good right from the beginning, but what if I told you that there's a specific moment in the beginning of the show that lets you know if you're in it for the long haul? In fact, for many people, it's a turning point where if you don't like this moment, then you pretty much won't like the rest of One Piece. The walk to Arlong Park is one of the best moments in One Piece, and the moment when many people decide that One Piece goes from good to great. So in episode 37 of One Piece, Nami is at her lowest point because all of her treasure is stolen by the Navy, so she won't be able to buy back her village from Arlong. After an entire arc of trying to push away her comrades, and after an agonizing episode of self-harm, she finally gives in and asks Luffy for assistance. The crazy thing is that Luffy doesn't even say anything, he just takes off his hat and puts it on Nami as a sign of comfort. Luffy giving his hat in itself is a pretty significant moment, which the show wants you to realize because Nami flashbacks to when Luffy says how no one is allowed to touch his treasure. And that's really the motif of this whole arc, the idea of treasure. Nami seems like a typical treasure hunter, but her true treasure is her friends and family in the village. Luffy's hat is his most precious treasure, but in this very moment, he gives it to Nami, almost as if to say, you are my treasured crewmate, my nakama, and I care about you more than I care about this hat. And Nami is usually the only one that can either take care of the hat or otherwise tend to it when Luffy isn't wearing it. And then when Luffy finally screams at the top of his lungs, "Of course I will," it cuts to the rest of the crew who all treasure Nami in this exact same way. All Luffy has to do is say, "We're going," and the crew knows immediately to say, "Yes." And what's even more significant about Luffy in this moment is that the other crewmates know what's at stake, the village. But Luffy? No. He just saw Nami was crying and decided it's on sight. Nami even literally said, "You don't know what the village has been through," to which Luffy just says, "Yeah, I don't." This is also the first time we hear the soundtrack overtaken, and that's when they finally start marching to Arlong Park, and it's one of the most intense moments ever. Luffy's serious side that we never get to see, the crew's obvious showcase of loyalty in this scenario, the village wanting to take back their freedom, all of this culminates into such an epic moment, and the battle hasn't even started yet. And when they're marching, when Johnny and Yosaku are guarding the gate, they both say there's only one group that can beat Arlong, and if they can't do it, no one can. With Arlong evil laughing because he thought he had Johnny and Yosaku beat, you think that Arlong is at the top of the world, but then the wall comes crashing down. And it comes to one of the most epic lines in the show. Which one of you is Arlong? Episode 37 is truly where you're going to decide if you're really going to be a One Piece fan. What are some of the other greatest moments in One Piece? I'd love you guys to leave a comment and see your thoughts. If you guys want to see more anime content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to know when more videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.